Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Channel Your Light, Own Your Intuitive. My name is Erin Chandler. I am so grateful that you are here. I just wanted to do a quick video on the quantum healing code shorts that are going to be uploaded fairly regularly. So the reason I want to do a quick video explaining this is if you hit the notification button and you subscribe, you'll be notified each time a quantum healing code is uploaded. These do not require a lot of, I want to say, effort in terms of, something that you would have to do repeatedly over and over again, but some of them you do need to do repeatedly depending on who you are, what your background is, what your energy is like, and what you're going through. So the quantum healing codes are not mine. I did not divine them. However, they were divined by two beautiful human beings to be shared freely with everyone, to be used for the absolute highest good. Now, as you do them, some of you, I'm being told, separate it. If it's a separate it, mom. Some of you will experience them in the moment of listening to them and receiving them. You will feel it in your energy. You will feel a difference. You will feel an influx of, I'm hearing energy flow or a shift or a grounding or a change or whatever that looks like. However, there are some of you who will not actually feel it. Receiving it and listening to it, you won't sense it in the aspects of what it's actually doing. And that's okay. That doesn't mean it doesn't work. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It simply means you're not sensing the change or the shift of where it's happening in the, I'm hearing the quantum field, the energetic layers, the subtle energy bodies, the activations, and that's okay. I'm also being told there is a third set of people on here. I am doing this with the sole intention of sharing them for those who will benefit from them for the absolute highest good. This means if it is not for your benefit, for the activation, or for the highest good for you, or is in conflict with your life path or soul plan, that it will not have any effect on you. I did that intentionally because so many people on this channel are walking different paths and have different backgrounds and have different journeys and are ready for different things at different levels. So that has been, I want to say, cloaked or set with the intention of from the divine. And I choose that because I never want to interfere inadvertently with somebody else's path. I intentionally only ask for the absolute highest good information, and I do not want the rest of it. That's just me personally. That's how I roll. So I'll just give you a quick rundown and I'll read from these quantum healing codes because they do come with very clear instructions. There are many, many codes. If you look at numbers, let's say numbers, if we look at everything in numerical values, all numbers have a value associated with them, and all things that have value have a numerical associated with that as well. This and that are true. They can be found in nature. You can look at numbers. I recently did a reading with a beautiful soul who is an accountant, and they deal with numbers. Numbers give us truth. Numbers affect us. If words are wands, numerical values are too. They can reactivate or initiate or realign or reset any type of energy. We do live in a number society. For those of you who attune to the matrix or the quantum field and coding, DNA coding, activation, light codes, things like that, they can come in the form of colors, frequencies, sound, numbers, visions. All of these are different perspectives of the same thing. It's the same knowing. It's the same work. Different healers work in different aspects. It doesn't mean one healer is right and one healer is wrong. It simply means they're all attuning to different facets of the diamond. This is just one way to attune to the facet. So divine healing codes, I want to reference 144 because they explained it in here. I will read from this and now. Divine healing codes are a quantum tool to be used for healing. In other words, They change reality on a quantum level. The basic premises of divine healing codes is that numbers are nature's way of communicating and that everything can be explained with numbers. For example, the Fibonacci sequence of numbers is a geometrical proportion that is found everywhere in nature, from how flowers grow to the shape of the universe. The order goes as follows: 144, chosen ones. This is important. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 144, and on to infinity. Each number is the sum of the previous two. 55 is the number of change. This is important. When you are going through transformation or change, we double it, which goes to 89. Then it moves directly to 144. Do you see those quantum jumpings, the lines of that, how resonant that is? At least I understand the context of that. I hope that you do too, or take a divine knowing from it that is of your highest good. This series of numbers is known as the Fibonacci numbers or the Fibonacci sequence. The ratio between the numbers 1.618034 is frequently called the golden ratio or golden number, and this sequence appears in nature often enough to prove that it reflects some naturally occurring patterns. If you were to look at the seeds in the center of a sunflower, you would see sunflowers. This is important for somebody on here. A direct conference, signs everywhere, signs, sunflowers. If you were to count these spirals, your total will always be a Fibonacci number. You can also decipher spiral patterns that reflect the Fibonacci sequence in pine cones, fruits, and vegetables, such as pineapples and cauliflower, trees, sea life, within honeybee colonies, and even in humans. If you were to look at yourself in the mirror, you would see that most of your body parts follow the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 5. That is part of the Fibonacci sequence. One nose, two eyes, three segments to each limb, 5 fingers and toes. The proportions and measurements of the human body can also be divided up in terms of this golden ratio. And DNA molecules also follow this sequence, measuring 34 angstroms long and 21 angstroms wide for each full cycle of the double helix. This ratio exists because the particular growth patterns associated evolved as the most effective. For example, in plants, it may mean maximum exposure for light or maximum space for seed arrangement. So you may see how nature has perfectly designed and divined itself. And if we were to tap into these quantum healing codes and use them to our advantage, how we may also be able to perfectly design our bodies and mental states. Although we understand communication through words, numbers, mathematics, and formulas have existed since the beginning of time, and they will keep existing whether we understand them or not. Let's look at how quantum healing codes are said to work. This is the instructions based on the individuals who divined these codes, received them, have tested them. So their instructions are as follows. There are 3 really simple ways to use them. Write it on the part of the body that has discomfort. So this is for the physical aspecting. Or write it on a sticker and place that sticker on the body where there is discomfort. Writing it in the air over the part of the body that has discomfort. So I wish to attune to this, and I'm hearing Florence. She's like, we want to expand on that. Writing in the air over the part of your body that has discomfort or in your energetic fields is words are wands. Your words, even if you're speaking numerical values, have a property. They have an energy to them. You are writing them into your energy, into your physical vessel, into your consciousness, into your awareness. You are writing it in the energy, in your subtle energy fields, in your etheric body, the etheric template, in your physical aspected DNA body. Those are all super important ways to look at it and view it. As an intuitive, for me, when I am doing these quantum healing codes for myself, and everyone will experience them differently, but I'm sharing this from my experience using them, and both sharing them with other people and doing it with other people. My experience is this: oftentimes, when I feel the energy of it, I see the energy at the same time. Sometimes it is the written words. Sometimes I see the numbers coat my 7 subtle energy bodies. Sometimes I see it going through my spinal cord. Sometimes it is circling my energy, wrapping like the helix, like the Christed, the Helichrysum, like the Christed, Kundalini, whatever you want to wish to call it or label it as. To me, that is how I view it and see it. That sound, as I speak it, holds a different frequency than regular Erin just bebopping around living her life, right? They have a different tone and an inflection. That is because they are being divined through a different frequency. This is important, friends. Third way to do it, so that's just a little side note in case any of you are wondering what that looks like, how it might feel to you, or you may experience something and wonder why that is. So the third piece in the instructions is typing out the number on your phone or tablet and then holding that device over the body part. This is part of the writer's instructions. It is also said that you set an intention for your quantum code and then add that in the ways just listed to your food or your water before consuming them. How much practice, desire, intent, and trust you hold in this will make the difference in the healing you receive. That's because you're a conscious creator. Your mind creates worlds. When you use this practice, you balance the energy in your body so it can achieve self healing. Reiki practitioners, this energy healing is much like Reiki. If you are experienced with Reiki energy healing, this could be a great alternative or an addition. I always like to look at it as additions. Different teachings are additions to what you use as your main practice or your main gifts, I guess you could say, you already use. These codes are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases. If you are under a doctor's care or feel as though you need to be under a doctor's care, please seek the advice of that doctor before attempting to replace any of your treatments. From the actual creators of this divine quantum healing codes list, these healing codes are updated as more and more healing codes come through from the Divine Mother, Archangel Raphael, and Source. They are a gift from Spirit. Thank you. And are to be used for free and to be freely shared with others. Here is a reminder from the creators, the first originators of these codes. They have asked for this to be included in this document from this time forward at the request of the Divine Mother. I find it fascinating that the Divine Mother is what is being included in this or referenced. The assembly of these codes and the instructions on how to use them is never to be sold, but always to be shared free and without any claim or exchange. It is written for the free use by all humans and all beings as they give the codes for the free use by all, capitalize all. Each human, each being has a right to use these codes free and without charge. It is also not allowed to change the assembly unless they have given express, appropriate personal order for this or permissions. Without the authorization through them or as a transfer against exchange, the codes will be rendered useless because they request a certain level of consciousness and a certain frequency level of the people so that they can be used. I tell you this to stop any ideas for this purpose before they even begin. So there is no misusing of these, my friends. It is written, I'm hearing. This is a living document. These are a living quantum healing codes. Remember the spaces in between in the number sequences. So if the number is 11, 11 as separate, it's 11, 11. But if it is the two 11s together, make sure to place it as 1, 1, 1, 1 space. See this in your mind's eye. Write this appropriately. This is very important. Without them, the codes won't work and could lead to other things. Be very careful to write the number codes correctly or speak and see them correctly as is listed. I actually have gone over a number of them, double and triple checked, just to be sure that the numbers were in alignment with what they had written. I have personally tested these out both for myself and I have done it with other people using them in order to ad- I want to say it's adding to my regular practice or the things that I normally do, whether it's quantum healing, whether it's mediumship, whether it's intuitive guidance, whether it's spiritual clearings. Adding these in is very helpful. I feel that this has great power associated with it because I have experienced it and I have watched it being experienced in people I have done this with. So, this, I wanted to read this out to each and every one of you as you see the Quantum Healing Code shorts. I am very excited to share them and wanted to share this information about them because I feel like I want to honor the people who divined these. And I feel like a lot of them have to do with not just like physical healing, but there is spiritual aspects in there as well that many of us intuitives could use. So, as always, friends, I hope you enjoy them. Let me know in the comments what you think about them on the shorts or on the actual short. And I will see you in the next video.